Hello everyone, welcome back to Astrology of Scholars. Today we're exploring Cancer Rising, and if this is your rising sign, you're about to understand why you feel everything so deeply, why you take care of everyone but yourself, and why you retreat into your shell at the first sign of hurt. You know that feeling when someone's mood shift affects you like it's your own emotion. That's Cancer Rising. Let's dive into this nurturing, protective energy. So, Cancer Rising. Your approach to life is super mom or baby. When Cancer is rising at the moment of birth, this person's approach to life is either to protect and defend themselves or to protect, shelter, nurture, and care for others. You're ultra-feminine, sensitive, fragile. You can display very different moods within the same day. When these qualities integrate healthily with other elements in your birth chart, when you can establish meaningful connections, you see a healthy Cancer rising picture in the face they show to the outer world. Here's what this looks like. Monday morning, you wake up feeling warm and nurturing. You make breakfast for everyone, check in on your friends, offer to help with their problems. By Monday afternoon, someone makes a slightly critical comment and suddenly you're devastated, retreating, needing to be alone. By Monday evening, you're anxious and reaching out for reassurance. 3 completely different people in one day. That's Cancer rising. Your emotions are like the tides, constantly shifting. As a cardinal sign, you take initiative in new beginnings. When Cancer is rising, Capricorn is directly opposite at the point representing partnerships or marriages. This shows that while Cancer rising cares for their surroundings like a supermom, on the other hand, they may be drawn to people who will take on life's responsibility and may experience authority problems with these people. It's almost like saying, I want to take necessary steps, but you also take my responsibility and now tell me what to do or pull me, drag me. However, after a while, this starts to seem too rigid and insensitive to them, and they experience problems. Let me give you a real example. You're in a relationship with someone strong and responsible. At first, it's perfect. They handle everything. They make decisions. They take charge while you nurture and support emotionally. But then you start to resent them. They're too controlling, too cold, too bossy. You want to make your own choices. But when they step back and ask you to decide, you panic. You want them to lead, but you also don't. You want to be taken care of, but you also want to be independent. This back and forth drives both of you crazy. While trying to overcome these problems, Cancer rising learns to develop self-discipline, take their own responsibility, feed themselves, care for themselves, grows and matures. During this process, they make peace with their emotional needs and learn to express and communicate them comfortably. Thus, thanks to their sensitivity, they begin to understand other people's pain and help them as a nourishing, growing individual without creating emotional dependency. Here's what healthy Cancer rising looks like. Think of a therapist or counselor who truly feels their client's pain, but has learned boundaries. They nurture and support others without losing themselves. They can hold space for someone else's emotions without absorbing them like a sponge. They've learned to mother themselves first so they can genuinely help others. That's Cancer rising who's done the work. On the shadow side, Cancer rising absorbs the emotions of people around them like a sponge, takes everything personally, becomes touchy. Their inner world shakes. They may lose their function in life, almost turn into a baby. Here's the shadow version. Your friend is having a bad day. They're short with you on the phone. Most people would think, oh, they're stressed. But you immediately think, they hate me. I did something wrong. They're pulling away. I'm going to lose them. You spend the next 3 hours spiraling, texting other friends asking if you did something wrong, replaying every conversation. You've absorbed their bad mood and made it all about you. You're drowning in their energy. They feel sorry for themselves, blame conditions in life, feel wounded. Then comes the hiding period. They withdraw into their shell and push everyone away. They bury themselves in their habits. Let me paint this picture. Something hurts you. Maybe a rejection, maybe criticism, maybe just someone forgetting to text back. You retreat. You shut down. You stay home in your pajamas, eating comfort food, rewatching the same shows you've seen 100 times. You ignore calls. You tell yourself you're fine alone, but you're not healing. You're hiding. And the longer you hide, the harder it becomes to come back out. Your shell becomes a prison. The ground for salvation lies in consciously recognizing this pattern. Once you see it, you can break it. Your positive traits are compassionate, sensitive, nurturing, birthing, feeding, growing, raising. You make people feel safe. You create home wherever you go. You have this gift of emotional attunement that's rare and beautiful. But your negative traits? You can be the non-nurturing mother, the non-growing baby. You can be touchy, capricious, timid, anxious, defensive. You mother everyone else while refusing to grow yourself. Or you demand to be mothered while giving nothing back. Now, let me give you 3 practical tips if you're Cancer rising. Tip number 1, learn to mother yourself first. Before you take care of anyone else today, do one thing that nurtures you. Not because you'll get praise for it, not because someone will appreciate it, just because you deserve care too. Make yourself a good meal. Take yourself for a walk. Journal your feelings instead of just absorbing everyone else's. You can't pour from an empty cup. Tip number 2, practice emotional boundaries. When someone shares their problems with you, before you absorb their pain, pause. Ask yourself, is this my emotion or theirs? You can be compassionate without becoming a sponge. You can care without drowning. Say this mantra, I can witness your pain without taking it into my body. Tip number 3, come out of your shell regularly, even when scared. Set a rule. You can retreat for 1 day maximum, not 1 week. When you're hurt, yes, take time to process, but schedule a specific time to re-emerge. Call a friend. Go outside. Don't let your shell become your prison. Real safety comes from resilience, not from hiding. Your lesson, Cancer rising, is to nurture without neglecting yourself, to feel deeply without drowning, to create home in your heart, not just in your hiding places, to mother yourself into maturity. So if you're Cancer rising, I want to hear from you. What's the hardest part about emotional boundaries? Have you learned to care for yourself like you care for others? How long do you hide in your shell? Share in the comments. This is a safe space. And if this made you feel understood, please hit that like button and subscribe for more rising sign deep dives. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.